What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Repurposely. And in this week's episode, as promised, we are jumping into the next top tip for repurposing content. So, what we're going over today is turning blog posts into videos. And I have a blog in front of you that you're looking at right now that I wrote. I'm going to use this to walk you through the steps, right? So it's not going to take that long. Hopefully, I do want to be thorough. We are going to go over some other tools. I've been working on my tool for a very long time, and today I'm happy to share it with you. So we're going to go over this, and then we're going to drop into using the tools and making things even easier. All right, so the first things first is pretty much like turning your blog post into a video, and this says video scripts because you do need a script, right? Is very valuable. It's important because this allows you to not just make blog content, let it sit and get dusty and old. Like, you can make blog content and repurpose it to keep it fresh for many years to come. And so that's what we're going to do, because videos last much longer in the sense of being found than blogs do. So this is going to allow your blog to live on in a video format, especially for people who don't like to read for learning purposes, prefer to have video. So this is a really good way to get your ideas out to your audience. So the first thing, pretty much like we said, we're going to go over the benefits of turning a blog post into a video script or into a video. And like I said, like, you are able to repurpose your content. You'll also be able to expand your reach and access visual learners. As we said before, YouTube is global, so you can go and take your content around the world, even if you are halfway around the world, right? Like, multiple people can see your content with YouTube. It gets millions of visits per day. Again, visually stimulating content will increase the engagement with your audience, helps with retention. We talked about content lifespan, SEO, in the sense of YouTube is a search engine, right? So what you're doing is people are searching for things that they want to see visually. Your video comes up, the better you do with your SEO. So we'll talk about some of those things, monetization with ads and sponsors, right? So there's tons of reasons to turn your blog post into videos, to get into the video space in general. It's becoming more and more prevalent that people are enjoying video to consume content. So why not try to get your content in front of those people? And the first thing you want to do is find the right blog post, right? Like, that's one of the most important things to do. I have a video on that. But what you're going to do is you're going to first consider your audience, okay? Like, what's their preferences? You can look at demographics that you want, but pretty much it will be good for you to know what your audience likes already, and if they're going to like the content that you want to turn into a video from a blog, right? But the reason you're going to do that is because you don't want to waste your time. One of the best ways is if you already have content that they've proven that they like, or you find content that has been proven to be viral, to have that factor or that evergreen factor that's going to allow you to repurpose it into a video and have it take off, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to find that blog. You're going to make sure that it's interesting to other people, right? And I have a blog here that I found, and how funny, it's how to start a blog, right, in 2024. And this blog is very long, it's very thorough, there's a lot to take out of it. But what I found the most interesting, and you don't see this that much anymore on blogs, is the comment section. The comment section goes on and on and on and on. You can see those on big blogs like HubSpot and ClickFunnels blogs and things like that. But I don't really know who the blog starter is. Maybe he's a massive person and I'm just ignorant to this. But when I was looking and doing my research, I found that he answers the questions that people ask. There's a lot of engagement. Hopefully he's taking this to a community aspect as well. But there's a lot of engagement. So I'm going to use this blog for my example. Okay, you can find a blog of your own, your blog, and do that if that's what you'd like to do, right? So what we're going to do now is talk about the condensing part in step 2, right? So in step 2, you condense the content. You found your content, you selected the blog, right? Now you need to distill that information down into something that's usable for your blog content. Now, and there are a couple of ways that you can do this, right? You can do it on your own. You can find a blog, read it, and pull out all of that information yourself manually. If you have the time for that, go for it. But if you don't, then there's another way to condense that and distill it down to the most important parts. And that's by using like a summary tool, right? You can take a tool, throw your blog content in that tool, and it's going to break down for you what the most important parts are. And then at that point, you can kind of extract that from the overall blog itself without having to spend however long it's going to take for you to actually take that out manually. So what we're going to do right here is I'm going to show you like scrolling through. I would be looking at the headlines. I'd be saying, okay, writing a video script. I would be pulling that out. I'd be saying, oh, there's an image here. Let me see what that's all about. But normally what you do if you're going to do it manually is you just go through the blog, look at the main headlines, see if they're interesting, see if it's something that resonates with your audience, and then you can start peeling back the layers of that and putting that into a Word document or a Google Doc or something like that. That's a little bit too much for me. I don't do that anymore. That's old school for me. So what I would say now is you could go over to repurposely.ai. This is the tool that I have founded, I have created, and it's specifically for repurposing content. And there are a ton of tools in here dedicated solely to repurposing content. One of those tools happens to be a blog summary, right? So what I would do is I would go over into this tool, I'd click that tool, right? That particular one for blog summary, right? And then I would take this blog, copy this link. And then what you do is you head back over here and you paste that link in. You can use 3.5 GPT if you want. I'm using 4 Omni, it's the newest one, and it's the most accurate at the moment. And so I'm gonna click on this. Then it's gonna do its thing. It's gonna start thinking, it's gonna review the blog post, it's reading it and analyzing everything that's important within that blog, right? And then after that, what you're gonna get back is you're gonna get back the title of the blog, and then you're gonna actually get back what the blog provides as far as the guide. Then it's gonna go down the line and on every single section that there is within that blog post is going to break down what you should take away from it. So in this one, choosing a blog platform, the guide recommends WordPress.org due to its flexibility, ease of use, fast plugins, and explains the difference between WordPress.org, WordPress.com, suggesting the former for more control and optimization. And you can kind of just keep going through this, and it's going to give you only the important parts. Sometimes you're going to have more than one bullet point. Sometimes you're only going to have one bullet point, right? This is very, very detailed into the type of blog that you put in as far as the link goes. Okay, so now I have my overall summary. Again, now you can take this and pull out the things that you want and begin to put together the idea for how you're going to create your video. And we have that now. So what we would do is just make sure that we simplify this and realize like viewers don't have a lot of time. So you want to get right to it in regards of what it is you're trying to teach, right? The next step would be writing the video script. Okay, and now again, with the content condensed, many points outlined, it's time for the elements and turning your video or your ideas into a video script, right? Because you can just wing it as you become more comfortable in front of the camera, absolutely. But I wouldn't say do that. At least have some type of outline. I'm using this blog right here as my outline, right? So you're gonna have your script introduction, your script body, your calls to action. In this particular area, I talk about putting your calls to action into the details of your video description. And then we move on to the fourth step, which is adding visual and audio elements. So again, you can write your script by hand if you want to, or you can use another tool and put in prompts and hope that it's going to give you a pretty decent script, right? Or you could go over to Repurposely if you want to and try it out and go back in and pretty much go to the video script tool, right? Generator. It's part of the elite plan. So I don't know if I'm going to do some type of a special where I give it away for free for a few weeks or whatever, but this is a really powerful script generator, and I'm going to show you why right now. So I want to turn this blog into a script. So instead of just typing in stuff that I think I want this blog to include, I'm going to drop that link right into this area. Then I'm going to say that this video is about creating a blog, starting a blog, right? That's the theme. Then I'm going to say the topics are learning how to start a blog as a beginner. And so what I'm doing is I'm giving it the link for information. I'm giving it a theme. I'm giving it some topics. You can write you can write 600 words in here, so you can be very thorough if you want to. Giving it a video style. Do I want it to be informative? Do you want it entertaining, educational? Is it a vlog, right? Or are you going to demonstrate something, right? So I think that this is informative, and right. So we're just going to go informative right now. Do you want it to be enthusiastic, engaging overall? Do you want it to be in a conversational style? You have these options. So you can start to see how powerful this is. I think I just want it to be engaging. And again, I'm going to go and use GPT-4. And from there, you hit your go and you sit back. And this is in real time, right? So you have to realize what this is doing. This is evaluating the blog, pulling out all of the important details of that blog, right? What's important, the entire page. Then it's looking at the topics, it's turning into an informative style. And now it's also giving you an engaging narration that you can read and look at, right? And so that wasn't that long. I would say it was probably like 25 seconds, right? 25, 30 seconds going over this. And then what you're gonna get is you're gonna get this outline, right? It's gonna tell you, okay, how to start a blog, a beginner's guide, right? And then it's gonna provide a comprehensive, the objective is to provide a comprehensive step-by-step guide for beginners on how to start a blog, right? And now it's going to give you this intro, right? You can look at it, you can adjust it. These are ideas, right? You don't have to take this line for line and be like, okay, or be like, oh, this isn't good enough because it's not complex. You can make it as complex or as simple as you want. I would prefer and steer towards making it simple. And so that's what this app does. It really simplifies, giving you ideas and helping you get started. All right, so you have your introduction. Then in the main content, you're choosing your niche, right? You're identifying the interests and passions, you're researching. These are bullet points that you're talking about. And then we're talking about selecting the blog platform. Again, going over the talking points. So these are all talking points. And then the cool thing is now is we go over the visuals that you can use, right? You can animate the intro. You can, visualize different niches with text overlay. These are all ideas, step-by-step visuals of setting up domains and hosting. These are all visuals that you can throw into your video, and you don't even have to think about what you're gonna do. How am I gonna do it? Where am I gonna? These are all ideas. You can use some of them, you cannot use some of them, right? And then after that, you have your conclusion. Very simple. Starting a blog may seem daunting at first, but with the right guidance, it can be a rewarding and enjoyable experience. Follow these steps, stay consistent, and you'll be well on your way to building a successful blog. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips, tricks, and blogging and digital marketing. Happy blogging, right? Or see you later, or whatever. It's just giving you a base, and you can take this base and you can create it into whatever it is you want. And then after that, I give you some SEO tips for your script. Use your keywords, like how to start a blog. Look, these are different types of keywords. Include long T keywords like this as well. Optimize video description and tags. So it kind of goes over some little SEO things that you can do for your blog as well. If you want to copy this, you just copy it, right, to your clipboard. If you want to save this, you click this and you type in the title, and it's going to save everything for you. And that's going to go into your repository, right? So that's another way that you could get started with creating a video script. It's very fast. It took us all of 3 minutes, if that, and you can just jump right into it and take out what you need and leave what you don't, okay? So we did all of this, right? Your call to actions at the bottom, right? And now we talked about adding visuals and audio. You had your visual aids. These are just the visual cues in the sense of your graphics and your images. Your audio is going to be your music. It's going to be how you bring in little sounds and you adjust your volume, etc. So those things are audio considerations. Then you're pretty much going through the script overall and you're refining it. You're practicing what you just created in repurposely.ai or what you have already. You're looking for clarity, you're editing those, you're rehearsing things, whether it should be this way or that way, or how should I say it? Should I say it soft? Should I say it a little louder? Should I be excited? Like those are the things that you're going to do. You're rehearsing those. And I don't know where you are right now in your journey, right? You could be a really big YouTuber and you're just like, oh, this seems pretty cool. Let me watch this video. Or you can be a beginner. I'm not sure. You can leave some comments in the below and let me know where you're starting. And I would love to interact with you on social media, right? On YouTube. So that would be really cool. Let me know where you are. If you have a website, if you're making money on your website, if you have a really big blog, I would love to subscribe and read it as it's something that I'm into. So let me know. So rehearse, right? Rehearse, getting comfortable in front of the camera, okay? Then you have your production and your feedback, which is pretty much your recording process, right? This isn't a recording YouTube video, so we're not gonna go through that overall process right now. This is how you create your video, right? You just start recording, right? After you've practiced, you get feedback on things from friends or from people that you trust, in the sense of, hey, what does this look like? Do I feel comfortable? Do I sound comfortable? Is the audio good? Because one of the major things with video is not necessarily this grandiose production, right? It's just that your audio works really well and that your lighting is awesome and you have something good to talk about. So make sure those things are part of it. It really is about the quality of your content and what you're teaching people. So get it looked at, right? And that's it. Right, that's the bread and butter. I know it's 20 minutes, but you know, we went through this entire blog post and looked at the things that you would need to do to take a blog and turn it into a video. Like you can also, if you want to, not have to do all of those things, right? Like you could take a blog post. If you're not sure on where to start or what ideas you need for your video, you can go here and you can take your blog post and you can turn that blog post into video ideas. And you could do the same thing with videos. You could take a video. If you're like, you know what, I wish he had a video about turning videos into blogs, right? Well, I'm going to make that one. But you could also go in here and say, you know what, I'm done with all that. I don't want to do all of that. I just want to create videos from this video because I know this video is awesome, or I know this blog is awesome and I want to turn it into a video, right? So then if I'm just like, okay, well, I'm going to do it that way, right? And I'll figure out the whole script thing later. right? You take this link, you come here, you drop it in, you pick your language model, you talk to your friend, you listen to something, you play on your phone for a few seconds, and then voila, there you go, right? Now you have a video title, you have a hook, and you have a keyword, right? You want to know what videos to make. Here you go. You just have 10 of them from this one video. And this video, this blog, and these video outputs, there's a little something different about them than what you would normally get from a language model. And that is, these are specifically related to the blog, right? It's not just some broad idea that a language model is going to give you based off of blogging ideas or starting a business online or how to start a blog. This information right here, these videos are 100% related specifically to this blog, which allows you to put this in a playlist series. And you don't have to think about where to start because it's going to go in order. So you have your introduction, you have choosing the platform, you have finding a niche, right? You have setting up your blog, you have designing your blog, creating compelling content, mastering SEO. It's all going in line, right? Monetizing, and then analyzing your analytics, right? These are all videos that you can make for your YouTube channel if you're into blogging or you're stepping into this niche or industry and you're like, man, I don't know how I should start. What should I do? Should I go to GPT or should I go to Perplexity or should I, what do I do? Well, easy. You find a blog that you really like, that you really see is viral. You come to Repurposely, you drop it in here, you click a button, and in a few seconds, you have a 10-part playlist series for your channel. All right, that's it. That's all I got. I'm getting out of here. I know it's been 23 minutes. I'm really grateful if you ride with me and you stay to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. If you like videos like this, I'm continuing this series next week with a completely different tutorial for the top content repurposing tips. If you haven't seen it, check out the video right here and see you later.